Hey everybody, this video is going to provide a follow-up to the week 3 discussion. So in the week 3 discussion, you were asked to study an image, an ad that I had provided for you, and answer a handful of questions. So this particular ad was for Dove Invisible Care Body Wash. And the image, in the forefront of the image, we see 3 women in towels, and behind them on the wall are 2 sort of images, or I don't know if they're tapestries or just 2 pictures of what we could assume is someone's skin. A before shot, so before they used the Dove Invisible Care Body Wash, and then an after picture. In the bottom of the image, there is the bottom right hand corner, there's 2 pictures of 2 different bottles of the Dove Visible Care Body Wash. And then there's some text, which if you can't read it very well, I told you what it said. It says, visibly more beautiful skin from the most unexpected of places, your shower. Introducing Dove Visible Care, our new revolutionary line of body washes that actually improves the look of your skin. With our highest concentration of Nutrium moisture, you'll see more beautiful skin in just 1 week. New Dove Visible Care Cream Body Wash. So that's the image you were asked to study. The first question that you were asked is, what is the issue being presented in this argument? Well, this is an advertisement, so we're probably not looking at an issue, an argumentative issue, but they are presenting an argument, and that argument would be that we should buy their product in order to have more beautiful skin, right? And I think that would be close to what the claim is. The claim is, buy our product to have visibly more beautiful skin, right? The claim in an ad, the issue in the claim for advertising is usually the easiest, the most obvious part to figure out, because if you can't figure out what the topic is and what their claim is, then it's probably a really bad ad. Advertising, they want you to recognize what they're selling right away. So for the advertising industry, the claim is pretty clear. It's the hidden layers that are interesting with advertising. So I think question number 1 and question number 2, are pretty easy to answer for this particular image, for this ad. They want us to buy this body wash. So who do you think is the intended audience? Who are they trying to get to buy the body wash? Well, obviously it would be women first and foremost. It's showing 3 women in the image. There's no men. It is not a body wash that is targeted towards men. That's not to say that men couldn't use it, but they have their own lines of body wash and different soaps and products like that. That's not to say that you can't use the products that are intended for the opposite sex, but in advertising, it's a pretty clear-cut separation, right? So I would say it's probably women. I suppose you could say that men could possibly be interested in the ad, in that if they accept the claim, if they buy into the ad, then they might purchase this product for their significant other, perhaps, right? But certainly the primary audience is definitely women. So 1, 2, and 3, those questions, pretty easy to figure out. Number 4 is asking you about assumptions. Do you detect any assumptions in the argument? Does the arguer, so do the advertisers, the people who created this ad, do they assume anything about us based on how they have presented the ad? Well, the first thing that they probably assume about us is that we want beautiful skin and that we agree on the definition of beautiful skin. So if you're looking at the before and after photos in the background, they assume that we don't want skin that looks like the before picture and that we do want skin that looks like the after picture, right? Um, what else do they assume about us? Well, it says that, it's coming from the most unexpected of places, your shower. So they're assuming that we will appreciate that we don't have to go, spend a lot of money or go to a different location to get visibly more beautiful skin, right? Um, I think they simply assume that we want a standard of beauty and that we agree with them on what that standard of beauty is. Um, what reasons or evidence are given to support the position? So we're looking at, evidence, examples, and appeals. And since we're in advertising, you can assume that pathos will be a big player in this argument. But let's go through and kind of see what else we can find first. Ethos, remember, is appeals to authority. I would say in this particular ad, we're not using any kind of a celebrity to endorse the product. I'd say the only ethos that you could maybe point out is that Dove is already an established company, and they already put out established products for quite some time. So their name, the brand itself, is somewhat of an authority that we should trust what they're saying simply because they're Dove, right? Logic, we actually do have a little bit of logic being thrown at us in this ad because there is some text to it. There are words on the image, and it kind of slides up against logic a little bit, meaning that they're trying to persuade us with not just the feelings, the emotions. So it's a revolutionary line of products. So we're looking at like facts, sort of. Our highest concentration of nutrient moisture, beautiful skin in just 1 week. So they're not throwing traditional facts or statistics at us, but they are coming close. They're trying to get us to think about the logic of buying this product as well as the feeling that makes us want to buy the product. Not just, oh, we want beautiful skin, but, it's got this concentration of nutrient moisture. It's revolutionary, it's new. And we get it in just 1 week, right? So a little bit of logic there. But certainly, again, because it's an advertisement, you're going to find the most in pathos. That's where the biggest support is going to come from. So looking at pathos and thinking about value appeals and motivational appeals, right? So value appeals, what do we value? They want us to buy this and they're trying to tell us that we should in order to have beautiful skin. So there's a value of beauty. There's a value of wanting to fit in and be accepted, right? I think the motivational value there is, we want to be attractive, right? We want beautiful skin to be attractive. That would go towards sort of like our sexual needs. And I think that is reinforced by the 3 women pictured in the ad. I mean, sure, I get it that they're wrapped in towels because the text does mention that, you get it from the most unexpected of places, your shower. So sure, they have the 3 women in their towels as if they just got out of the shower. However, is that really necessary? Can't we just show their skin? Couldn't they be in shorts and tank tops, right? But it's that idea of them just coming out of the shower that could be seen as a very mild sexual appeal. I think that the motivational appeal is to be more attractive, to attract someone of a mate, a significant other. So go out and buy the product. It's pretty cut and dry with most ads. There is something about this particular ad, though, that stands out to me. I don't know if it makes the argument more effective, and I don't know that the argument is truly effective to begin with. I mean, sure, we see these before and after photos, and maybe for some people it is effective. To me, though, I don't trust a lot of images because everything can be edited in Photoshop. So that's one of my constraints as an audience member, right? That I'm a little skeptical. But I think what's interesting about the ad is the positioning of the three women. They look very happy and vibrant and as if to say that they are pleased with the results of this product. But I find it odd that they arranged them in that order, and you see the skin behind them is the same skin color, but the women in front, the girl who's standing in front of the before picture, it's like their skin tones go from darker to lighter, as if before is not as good as after. And on the background, that makes sense, right? You don't want the dry, cracked skin. You want soft skin, soft, beautiful skin, right? But it's the women in front of that positioned the way they are that, honestly, the first time I saw it, I didn't even pay attention to the skin on the wall behind them, those two images. I just saw the three women and then the words before and after, knowing that it's a Dove skincare product for visibly beautiful skin. And I'm like, whoa, wow, that's saying something. That's making a statement. We should want to look like the girl farthest right instead of the girl farthest left. Intentional or unintentional, I obviously can't say. It's certainly, it could certainly be an innocent positioning of the women, but it does come. It drew my attention. So that's one thing that I guess makes it interesting. But I think it's a pretty standard ad otherwise. It appeals to exactly what we would expect an advertisement for a body wash to appeal to. It uses exactly the type of support that I would expect an advertisement to use for this type of product. But interesting to see that they do throw in a little bit of logic on top of the pathos. But I think it's pretty standard for an advertisement. If you have any additional questions or comments or want to discuss it further with me, feel free to do so. You can shoot me an email. Otherwise, you guys are free to go ahead and complete the daily journal for this week.